I'm Walter Isaacson, the author of The Innovators, and I want to tell you about some unsung heroes, some true innovators that we don't know about who helped shape the digital revolution. To me, the first would be Ada Byron Lovelace, the daughter of Lord Byron. You know, her father was a great romantic poet, but her mother was a mathematician, and her mother insisted that she be tutored only in math because she didn't want Ada to turn out to be too much like her romantic father. So what happens is Ada Lovelace understands the connection of the humanities, like poetry, to technology. And so she connects the two, and she's able to see how the punch cards that are used in the looms in England to weave beautiful patterns, how those can be used in machines that calculate numbers. They'll be able, as she said, to do anything that can be noted symbolically, meaning music, or art, or pictures, poetry even. And so that's, to me, the first of the unsung heroes of the digital revolution. Another unsung hero of the digital revolution is Robert Noyce. Now, people sort of vaguely know him as one of the people who invented the microchip. But what he also invented was the notion of a Silicon Valley company. He creates first Fairchild Semiconductor and then Intel with his friend Gordon Moore and a guy named Andy Grove who really knows how to execute things. But they have a big old open workspace, no hierarchy. Everybody can sort of just form teams and talk to anybody. And then at Fairchild and Intel, you see them improve the transistor, come up with the microchip, which is a way to etch many transistors onto a slab of silicon, and eventually the whole microprocessor, where you could put the entire processing unit of a computer on a tiny piece of silicon, and that allows the personal computer to be born. One of the most delightful unsung heroes of the digital age is Alan Kay. He was somebody who was very artistic. He loved music, he loved art, but of course he was a great engineer and software programmer, and he worked at Xerox PARC. He helped come up with the notion of the small personal computer. He called it a Dynabook, which he said kids of all ages could go out in the woods and use. He also helped create the graphical user interface. And at Xerox PARC, Alan Kay and the rest of the team come up with the notion of having a little trash can when you want to throw something away, a folder when you want to find a document. All those visual things that we see both on Apple computers and on Microsoft Windows. Steve Jobs visited Xerox PARC, became a real fan of Alan Kay and the rest of the team there, and that's how that graphical user interface we see first on the Apple computers and then on all computers, that's how it sprang to life. Among the unsung heroes of the digital age is J.C.R. Licklider, who really deserves to be called the father of the Internet. Licklider was working with the ground and air systems, defense systems against missiles, and he realized that you had to be very interactive. You had to have somebody who could sit there at a console and work well. He also understood the importance of networking instantly, so he comes up with the notion of hands-on computers that are connected in a network. So when he goes into government to work at the Pentagon, at what was then called ARPA, the Advanced Research Projects Agency, you see Licklider come up with this notion of let's have computer sharing, let's have a network, and that becomes ARPANET, which is really the precursor to the Internet.